One of the things that I forgot about antitrust actions when they come is that they can often open up companies not just to legal action from the government, but also to a slew of private litigation that is often kicked off by the details uncovered during the discovery process of the government's lawsuits. And indeed, the New York Times says that revelations from government investigations into big tech recently have paved the way for private antitrust lawsuits against the likes of Google and Facebook already. Lawsuits like this, quote, "The operator of a website called Sweepstakes Today, Mr. Sweepy, a nickname used by Craig McDaniel, says Google used its power over online advertising to bleed his website dry. In December, he filed a lawsuit against Google saying he was entitled to substantial damages. His case is one of what is expected to be a host of private antitrust lawsuits stemming from the government cases against Google and Facebook. Already, more than 10 suits echoing the federal and state cases have been filed against one or both of the Silicon Valley giants in recent months. Many of them lean on evidence unearthed by the government investigations. Last month, for example, a media company in West Virginia sued Google and Facebook, arguing that the tech companies had worked together to monopolize the digital ad market. Its lawyers extensively cited evidence from the government cases. Legal experts say many more suits are likely to be filed this year. If successful, private lawsuits could be costly for Facebook and Google. The companies work with millions of advertisers and publishers every year, and Google hosts apps from scores of developers, meaning that there are many potential litigants. The damages could be significant. After the United States sued Microsoft for antitrust violations a generation ago, the company paid $750 million to settle with AOL, at that point the owner of the browser Netscape, which was at the core of the government's case. Private suits follow the government ones for a simple reason. Regulators have distinct advantages when it comes to obtaining evidence. Federal and state investigators can collect internal documents and interview executives before filing a suit. As a result, their complaints are filled with insider knowledge about the companies. Private individuals can seek that kind of evidence only after they file lawsuits. If the government cases succeed against Google or Facebook at trial, the win is likely to bolster the case for private lawsuits, experts said. Lawyers could point to those victories as evidence the company broke the law and move quickly to their primary aim, obtaining monetary damages, end quote. So the point is, big tech is in for a decade of litigation pretty much no matter what happens with these government cases. When Jeff Bezos announced that he was stepping down as CEO of Amazon, I forgot to include potential antitrust stuff coming down the pike as a possible motive for his transition. I did say, of course, that after a while, if you're successful enough, you don't want to deal with the annoying stuff anymore, the day-to-day stuff. You only want to focus on the fun stuff. And believe me, endless depositions in courtrooms around the world for years and years do not count as fun stuff.